Good morning, my dearly beloved friends and members of Unity Spiritual Center in Port Richey. I'm Reverend Marty, the minister here, in case you don't know. And if you're not a regular member of our congregation, the message today might not be of much interest to you. But if you are, I think it'll be very interesting for you. As you know, having been closed since March the 15th, for COVID, communication about what is going on and what is ours to do has been challenging to achieve. Coming together as a congregation so that we can talk and ask questions and share together has been challenging. Consequently, because we're on the cusp of selling our building, now don't misunderstand me, we don't have a buyer offering a closing date at this moment, but I know that that's going to happen fairly soon. And some of you have been concerned about what's happening to the congregation and what will happen to it, and that's absolutely understandable. When we can't see one another, when we can't see all the other people, it is a mystery to us what they're about. Are they still with us? I know that many of you have your circles of friends that you communicate with. Some of those are on Facebook. Some of you are on telephone. Some of you via email. Some of you by watching our broadcast but all of those disparate groups out there in our spiritual community are still in existence. I want you to know that. But I am going to start two kinds of focus groups, have at least 2 or 3 meetings in person in the lobby of the church, socially distanced and masked. And I'm also going to have a group on Zoom. And what I'm going to ask us to do is to share about our history, our love of our spiritual community, and then what do we feel it should be our purpose going forward for the next 3 years. I think that we need to begin to understand this before we even start to look for a facility, a structure to support what is ours to do. These are not easy questions to answer. It's an easy thing to talk about what we love about our spiritual community. And part of what we have loved about our spiritual community is our beautiful grounds and building. What we need to understand is that while that is going to change, the other things we love about our spiritual community will not go away. They will not go away. I believe, as I think our board does, and I know many of you, that we need a place which also is uplifting and beautiful, that nourishes our spirit in the way of beauty and harmony and order. And we will do that, I am sure. In the meantime, our job is to continue to have faith, to know that this Unity Spiritual Center has been in this community, has touched hundreds, perhaps thousands of hearts and lives to make them better. They may have moved on to something else. They, may not be in Unity anymore. They may not be on this planet anymore. But this center has been instrumental in that always. I believe that there is a reason for this spiritual community to continue in this area, to continue that very thing, to be a place where people's spirits are nourished, where their thoughts become new, where they can create the life that they've always dreamed of. I know with all of my heart that we can do that over the next year, year and a half, or 2 years. I know that we can do that. So I will be announcing those both on this medium as well as in the newsletter. So if you do not get our newsletter, you do need to go online to unityportritchie.org and subscribe to the newsletter. And we will make sure that you get the publication so that you will know and can answer. Now, the meetings will be limited to 10 to 12 people, both in person and on Zoom. And I will hold as many as we need to give everybody who wants to participate an opportunity, whether you want to come in person or whether you want to stay at home and do it on Zoom. I believe with all my heart that this divine spirit that is in and through every one of us, that has continued to create and recreate and sustain and create and recreate Unity Church of Truth, Unity of Port Richey, Unity Spiritual Center of Port Richey, even as we may need to change our name. I believe with all my heart that that spirit is thriving in us and through us and will continue, can continue. I want it to continue. And I know that most of you do as well. So I'm just putting this out there today in as many ways and places as I can to let you know that people are looking at the building. It's a beautiful property. It offers many things. I am sure that it will sell. It will sell at a price that will allow us some latitude toward finding a place and creating a new home for this spiritual community. But we need to know what we want to do, where we want to go over the next 3 to 5 years, where we want to be, how we want to be, who we want to attract, so that we have some guidance in making the right decisions. So please stay tuned both to these broadcasts on Sunday morning at 10:30, both on YouTube and Facebook. This will go out on Facebook and will also be on our website and YouTube as well. Know that we are in the process of change, big change. We are up for it. Those of us who are here now, we're called to this. We are the right ones here and now for this time. So I invite you to pay attention, to look for the newsletter, to respond, to be in the focus groups, whichever method you prefer. And I look forward to seeing you again. I know that the Spirit in and through us is calling us to more than we can even imagine possibly right now. So let us come together to imagine a future that will bless and inspire not only us, but hundreds, perhaps even thousands of others. I love you more than I can say. I am so eager for us to come together and see one another again. God bless you. Wear your mask, wash your hands, and get a vaccination.